I'm Melanie Florence, and this is Miss Melly Flows Vibe Life, my YouTube channel for my tarot and oracle readings, for card flipping. So I'm doing hot tea for October, the hot tea with you and the higher consciousness that I am, the greater I am. So these card readings will give you like the energy levels of and what's going on for the month of October. So I'm going to use the Greenwood as normal. I've been reading the Greenwood for about 25 years now. And I also am going to throw some other cards I've been collecting over this year. It's been a big year in collecting all different sorts of decks for different sorts of purposes. So I'm throwing a few extra cards from other decks and give a nice big reading for the for October, for the hot tea for October. So this is the fire element reading. If you are here, you're a fire sign, you have a lot of fire in your chart, you might associate with fire people. And it's also about our spirit and our soul and our passion. So depending on how you look at this reading, it's all elemental. I am going to also give us first up a reading out of Pooh's Little Book of Instructions, inspired by A.A. Milne. So I decided I would randomly pick it. I've got a few books in my box in the chest over here, and I thought I would pick a page and see where we go. Just because an animal is large doesn't mean he doesn't want kindness. However big Tigger may seem to be, remember that he wants as much kindness as Roo. They are. Even a tiger wants love. Yeah, it's the truth. Alright, what's the other page say? When you are a bear of very little brain and you think of things, you find sometimes that a thing which seems very thingish inside of you is quite different when it gets out in the open and other people are looking at it. It's true. Because your perspective on the thing and their perspective on the thing is a little bit different. Still could be thingish. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you, Pooh. Alright, and I also already drew a card for the day for me, but I'm going to read it for everybody for these readings for October. The card's 31 and it's equanimity. I find hope in the darkest days and focus in the brightest. I do not judge the universe, the Dalai Lama. Equanimity embodies forging ahead with an unshakable courage to experience all circumstances that come your way, and without judging them as good as bad or bad, right or wrong, gain or loss, so that you will not be disturbed by your own negative emotions. Nothing can spin you out of your center, your calm center. It's a cultivation card. I thought that was interesting. All right, so try not to judge the universe, light and dark. Okay, so I'm also going to draw one out for the fire people out of the same deck. So this is, oh, where did I put it? This is the Buddhism reading cards. These are Buddhism reading cards. They have a different picture on the top of each card. I sort of love it when they do that. It's really beautiful. Alright, these are big. Alright, give me 1 second. There it is. Oh, here, fire element. So, Dharma, number 17. Dharma can only be learnt by the, I should have my glasses on. Sorry, Dharma can only be learnt by a direct experience. It educates the heart and liberates the mind. So fun. Dharma, or divine wisdom, is a heart and mind system of learning. With your heart open, you can be aware of the universal truths amidst your struggle and suffering. It gives you the power to turn experience around, knowing that there is a purpose to your life. That is gently unfolding. It's a contemplation card. Oh, should have it right up. Don't put your elbows on the table. That's what that just said. All right, cool. So we put that there. All right, and I have got this is a super attractor. This is a super attractor deck. Okay, so I put the camera beside me because I actually always have liked people to sit beside me instead of across, and also so I can turn it down so we can see the reading. Alright, October for the fire people, for the fire peeps. When I surrender my will to the care of my spirit and the universe, I attune to my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. So it's about tuning in. So not taking on the positive and negative, like seeing it that way, not judging the universe, and living in the Dharma. Oof. Living in the Dharma of the moment. Okay. Surrender my will. Surrender my will. You do, you have to surrender your will. Sometimes it's good in the morning to get up and, like, it's actually good. It's what I've been doing recently. If you've got time and you've got time on your hands, to stop in the morning and go, right, what should I do? What should be my inspiration? And I was sort of given it out of this morning. I sort of knew I was going to do these reads, but I was drawing from a mermaid deck, and there it was. You're going to do some readings and some intuitive stuff. So I was like, yeah, I am. Thank you, universe, because that's what I thought I was going to do, but that's where we're going. So beautiful. Alright, so these are Starseed. These are a Starseed deck. These are the Starseed Oracle. I've got all the boxes down there. Starseed Oracle. Oop, it's too much to have boxes on the table. Oh, we got two. Okay, Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyal, Horus energy. So the energy of Horus, like, this is strong. Protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Alright, so you got some Star Brothers around you. Fire people, like protection and trust. That says a vibe tribe if ever I've heard one. Alright, and earth pulsing. The pulse of the earth mother. Slow down and time in nature. Time in nature. Alright, saying to get out. Alright, surrender your will, get out into the nature. See the protection, the Dharma in it all. Okay, so I'm going to do the actual Greenwood, because so far I've been trying out different readings on these. Let me know which ones you like. That'd be cool, because it's interesting to see which ones people would be interested in. I liked doing the full Romany spread for the equinox readings. That was actually really nice and full with the Greenwood. But I'm not going to do those every read, and I sort of made up a reading to start these for the weekly reads, for the weekly hot tea weekly. And so I literally am just going through a whole heap. So today, because I haven't used it at all on this channel, which I've only just started, I guess, I'm going to use the actual reading from the Greenwood to show you what it is, and I do them for personal readings. It's a real personal journey, but I'm also going to probably add some extra cards from another couple of tarot decks and see what they've got to say. Confirmation cards. We'll see where it rolls. Okay, let me find the Greenwood. Let me find the Greenwood. To me, there only was one set of tarot. Like, it's been interesting going through a whole heap of decks because they all align to different themes and different things. But I never had really practiced at all with the Rider-Waite. I've got the Modern Witch deck, which has got a whole heap of women in the places, because I found it really masculine. I found it really cold. So the Rider-Waite wasn't where I learnt. I learnt in the forest, because I'm a nature sprite. So this has placements on the table. So it starts with your present state and where you are. So I'm going to lay it out one card by one card, and we'll see where it goes. And it'll sort of build a story as we go. And then we'll add in some confirmation cards to see if there's any questions that we have at the end. Okay, so first card first, we're going to go for the present state. Oof. So this is the present state. This is the seer. This is the high priestess. This is embodying your exosteric nature. So if you're here, this would usually be correct. This is you soul seeking and searching for inner truths and outer truths. And yeah, so this is finding yourself and your side of the whole vibration of the world. So inside of the forest, she's Upper Arcana. Alright, so the next card is, okay, alright, that's for October. Okay, just one. These sort of go hand in hand, although she is more on the water side of things. This is the Fire Queen. And so this is, you know, our wands, our faith, our spirit, taking on with your passion. So this card is the, it's like your spiritual mediator. So we have your present state, and this is your spiritual mediator, the thing to meditate on and where we're at. So it's like an egg and a yolk. It's what we're holding on to. It's what we've got like, you know, those two energies, first energies around us to utilize. And so this is faith and passion. This is the fire sign queen, and we're in the fire element reading. So this is a nice, strong place to be, working on being yourself and really looking into your exosteric nature. All right, so the next card, I might turn it down because I'm going to give you half my face and half the cards anyway, so I might just turn it down so you can see. So first we have, this is your present state, and this is the spiritual mediator. Alright, so the next card is, your unconscious, it's your conscious will. It's what you consciously think about things at the moment. This card keeps coming up and up and up. So this is for cups. So this is a rest position. It's like you go into the first three cards, it's like we're on our way, number 1. 2, we've got to make decisions on it and work out what we're going, what the path is and juggle it around. 3, we're sort of in a nice place. And this 4th, we're like, you know, working out a bit of rest. In the arrows, it's resting your mind. And in this case, it's sort of resting your emotions. This is not dramatic. Alright, so your conscious will is not dramatic. It's sort of like recycling your emotions. It's thinking about what you think. It's thinking about your emotions and recycling them over. It's the only one where it's like one cup comes down, but they're just sort of recycling it back up. Right? And so there's a cycle, recycling. We'll say filtering. You're filtering your emotions inside of this card, inside of this place. And so it's a nice calm energy, believe it or not. That's your conscious will. It's what you consciously want at the moment. So this next card is the source of your power. It's the driving force. Alright, so it's the driving force of your situation. And there it is, that quick. Dedication. So dedication is off the mind. We've got the arrows there, which is our air. And air is about our mind, it's about our breathing. Right? But it's about our mind and our thoughts and having control of our thoughts. And so you've got dedication to something. You're putting dedication to it, like your task and your mind and what you really want to get out of it. And so this is a great place. This is like the 9. This is the Plymouth of before you step back into either education or teaching people. This is the, you know, being dedicated to finishing off tasks, or being dedicated to your work, or, you know, how your mental processes are working, being dedicated to your mind. Source of your power. Alright, so the next card is the unconscious empathy. So if this is your conscious will, this is your unconscious empathy, where you're unconsciously thinking about what's going on. Okay, so here we go. Judgment. Alright, fire people. Alright, fire people. So, judgment is really like a large bear. You can see it there. You can see how big that bear is and how big those trees are. Those trees are your denizen. They're protections in the forest. But this bear, that it's like, what are people saying about you? What are the people like, you know, or have you been going through judgment, like as in a court case or something like that? That might be something that's on your mind inside of this case, inside of this. But the thing to remember with judgment is that it literally is, the bear is just set to scare you, and what other people think, what other they say, and they're bigger in your mind, or they're bigger, or you might be judging somebody else. But it's, you know, judgment is the place where we're watching our steps, because there's fears and there's something big inside of it, and we really are trying to keep our eye on the path. All right, so that's your unconscious. All right, judgment, interesting. All right, the next card is challenge. What's challenging you? Alright, what's challenging fire element for October? The hot tea. What's the hot tea? What's the challenge for the hot tea? Alright, what's the hot tea? Okay. Ooh. The tree. So the challenge is the tree. The challenge is the path. The challenge is finding you. So you're going through all this exosteric knowledge and you feel like you're in charge and you feel like you're empowered. But it's like, what is the challenge? Is walking that path to you. You know, it's surrendering your will. It's going with the Dharma and the pulsing of the earth. Like, it's taking that time out to experience life. You know, solidly experience life. This is the challenge. It's like, we've got to have our life path, and it's your path to the divine. We twist and turn back on ourselves, but in the end, we all have our own path. As the seasons change, we're the world tree. This is about being you. It's at the center of the Greenwood. It's at the center of it all. So the challenge is finding your path in it all, while other people are judging, or you're judging yourself, finding a path. All right, fire people, this is interesting. So, 2 more. So, what have we got? What have we got as the healing element for October? What's the hot tea for the fire people for October? What's the hot tea? Okay. Same bear. Same bear. You see that? Same bear. So the healing element sort of goes with your unconscious empathy. So sometimes we're judging ourselves. We want to level up, want to level up. And this is leveling up. This is here. You've leveled up on a very spiritual level. Emotionally, you're like, putting into relationships, you're great. You're recycling in. You're putting into the people you know, and you're really having a rest on emotionally investment because you've been dedicated to your mind, right? And so this is finding your path, fire people. And so this judgment is like judgment of yourself. So make sure you don't scare yourself, because here we've got both elements. See there in the cave there. All right, let's go into this. All right, so this is the guardian. This is the guardian for the, the underworld, for our bellies, for the bellies of us. And so this is, can you get past all of your judgments and all of your past deeds and all of everything to move on, to go down further down your path? Can you get past the devil and the devil's building blocks? What have you set up? This is your healing element. So this says, yeah, the devil's in the details. That you do have the strength, and you do have the strength to look past all of your past and all of your demons and all of everything, to keep your eye on the past, because that's on the path and looking forward, because this is where our aim is. And it's here, that's where our aim is. When we look at this is where we're at. And so this judgment of yourself, and the judgment of your past, and the judgment of who you've been and what you want and where that path is going. All right, sometimes it doesn't matter where the path is going. It matters that you take the steps towards you. And that's what this is saying. This is what it's genuinely saying. It matters that you keep taking one step after the other to turn the rocks over to find you. Okay, to get to you. The devil is in the details. That is what this card is. It's a very Capricorn, and it's a healing element. But this is, can you get past all of your demons? Have you built your steps well? And it says you have. You have. You've actually, it's your healing element that you've built your steps well inside of this. All right, so what's the outcome? What's the general outcome? Let's have a look, and then we might confirm. Let's see, because I like these. These cards have always done well by me. That sometimes they don't need any further explanation. Always been the blessing. It's why I've only ever read one deck until this year. Until this year. What's the outcome? Ooh, people. We might do some confirmation on all these. Let's have a look. So, what have we got going on here? This is the death card. So, death is rebirth, rebirth, death. Death is rebirth, and we go on. From the bones of the past, we pick away our future. Something else grows. So there is an ending. You've been going through a lot of things. You may be judging stuff. This is definitely the end of a cycle. Whatever you've been going, it may be that being dedicated to you has brought you to a place where you see your life moving forward into a different thing. So I think we've all gone through a lot of soul searching, and this is definitely a soul searching. This is our midwinter card. So there is a death inside, and your rebirth and a cycle. So this is all very interesting. Okay, so let me turn that down just a little bit further. All right, thank you, Greenwood. Thank you, Greenwood. I'm going to use the music set because I'm really drawn to it. I really wanted some modern decks to go different to the Greenwood, so I don't do reverses. There's enough light and deck in all of the tarot, and that because it didn't have reverses. It does have reverses meanings, but I just don't do them. Like, take that as you will, because I just think there's enough light and depth, and you can see that. You can see with this is enough light and dark, I would think. You've got some major arcana cards in here. There's actually like 5. So this is the top half, the top 21 cards of the deck. And then you've got the suit cards and everything, and you've actually only got 3, so you've got a lot of magic energy going on in here, fire people, whoever's watching this. If you do like my readings, please share them with your mates if you think they'd like them, and hit like and subscribe and stuff, so that, you know, because I've got to build stuff, I'm building a channel. And if you'd like a reading, let me know. This is the sort of reading that I do for personal readings. So we're going to put this over the seer. So the 7 of materials. So the 7 of materials is like, alright, so there's daydreaming, and there's daydreaming about partners and love and all of those things. But there's a daydream of you know, putting all your seeds out and putting out in that waiting period while you see what's actually going to come of the seeds that you actually have just put in. Literally, I just planted an orchid before we started this. And you got to see how it grows and see how it goes. And that's where the seer is going in this, in the material world. We're talking about like absolutely growing. This is what October is going to bring. That's where you've been. This is your present state. You know, this is putting in, you see her putting in all her row of seeds in there and watching her garden grow. You know, so this is an investment, I guess. And the seer, this is saying that you've been investing in yourself. All right, let's check out this emotional boredom. All right, let's confirm the emotional boredom. What's a hot tip for October on this emotional boredom in our, what is it? This is our, so the present state, I know this, I've been doing this forever. This is your conscious will. Your conscious will, okay, there it is. Let's see what the boredom is about. No drama llama, that's what it is, no drama llama. On the 5 of emotions, all right. So we sort of see, you know, this is halfway through the actual water chain in everything, and this is sort of our moment of grief. This is our moment of despair. Of are we suffering, or are we? What are we seeing? And we're bored. So we've got the 4 and the 5. It's this progression of, you know, charity and will and being left outside in the cold. Like, and so there's a little bit of emotional strandedness inside of this. You feel like you're out on your own a bit. And you know what, when we're exploring and when we're expanding, like, it really is like that. We sort of sometimes go into a bit of hermitage. That's part of expanding and your soul. Alright, so what are we being dedicated to? I'm going to confirm the row. Why not? Except for the Queen of Wands, because I think that that's your Queen of Wands. It's about finding you, and we know this is a challenge of your path. Like, and to me, that's quite self-evident that this is the fire element reading. That's having faith and, you know, mothering yourself. All right, one more for dedication. What have we got? Dedication for the, not those. Ooh, we will save that. Awakening, Knight of Voices, someone coming, Muse of Materials, 3 of Inspiration. That's like waiting energy. There's waiting energy inside this. You've been waiting. So a hermit, and we just saw that. All right, so we just said that. This is sort of a hermitage. Dedication to your mind, dedication to yourself, and dedication to your soul. And this actually is a very September thing to have done, but it's a driving force. And so you're having dedication to this. You've actually had a very strong dedication to your path and your soul, 5 people. This is very passionately in tune. All right, let's look at the judgment. But I think you've been judging yourself. It's like, where am I going? What's next? Where do we go in this? Judging the world. All right, let's have a look. Judgment is 2 of Emotions. So this is your attraction. With all of this what's going on, and over here that in your conscious will, or conscious will, what you're consciously thinking about, in the background in this judgment, it's about what am I attracted to? This is like, I have an attraction to a person. This is like, am I attracted to, what am I swimming after? This is, and you can see those 2 souls flitting around in attraction. This is an emotional connection. So we're looking at our emotional connections, and you're judging those as the world moves on, as the world is changing. All right, so let's look at that world tree, just for good fun. Alright, let's look at that world tree. The challenge is seeing the sun, that the sun is shining and radiating for you. Like, it's big strong wishes in here. And it's big strong fire and faith. You know, if this is your Queen of Faith, this is you're wishing big strong wishes for your heart to be filled, of soul to be filled, full of passion. Yeah, as the world changes. And finding a little spot there to meditate in that. The sun is 19, which technically is a 1, so we're sort of looking for us a 10. It's a 10 and a 1, you know. Alright, it's what we're bathed in, of the universal cosmic whole. Alright, so, the Guardian. Let's have a look at the Devil. What's the healing element? The devil's in the details. Have you had everything crossed and T? What's the healing element for the fire people? This is the Three of Materials. Okay. So this is about kindred spirits. This is about family. You can see that all sort of tied together. Like, this is about, you know, your loved ones and that sort of stuff, and having that physical time with each other. So your Three of Materials, taking that time in the world with your family and your siblings and stuff. Like, and so this is a healing element. This is like looking back at the building blocks of where you've come from. Like looking at what you're building of you as a moral and material being is, and that family link to that. You've got strong bringing like connections in here. Strong connections. That's what that's about. Okay, healing, strong connections. So the last card, being death, being rebirth, being death, being rebirth, is taking it all on. All right, you've taken time to think about it. You've taken time to judge yourself and your attractions to things in life. You've taken some time out to learn your dedication to your mind. You have, you know, indulged in this exoteric, and you've planted things, you know, you planted your carrots, your roses, to see what they're going to bear. Like, and in all of this, it's like a tried and true. You're trying to take on your path and see the sun inside of all of this. This is potential energy. The Chariot takes on the world. All right, so this is like this strong, earthy sort of, I'm going to get it all. I've got the potential energy in my quiver. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses, and I know me. So this is a real strong, if you didn't see these last few cards, was strong in the first place. It's because you've been through a strong journey and you're really about that, to apply that to the world. In October, all right, take it on. The death of the old and the beginning of the new, of you. So that's amazing. I'm really loving doing these reads. I hope that you're liking them too. Again, hit like and subscribe if you'd like to join me at Miss Millie Flows on Facebook, or the Hot Tea Party. The Hot Tea Party. Hot tea of the soul, for the soul. Miss Millie's Flow. Because I'm channeling a lot of energy through to a lot of people with love. So I really hope that you like this, and I hope you like your October hot tea. Let me know. Give me some comments, see how we go. I hope to see you later.